Okay, welcome back to RazorActive. As you can see, our studio is emptier now, but we do have one more guest for you, and that's Dylan,
Thank
a
you.
star blogger from Stomp.
Thanks.
And we're going to talk about football, and we have a very important question to ask today. Do you think football is the most brilliant or the most stupid game
In the world.
in the world?
How's that even a question, man? There's
Yeah.
only one answer to that, man.
Yeah.
It's the best game in the world, man.
Most brilliant.
I'm assuming that you're thinking.
Okay,
the
why
same.
is that?
It's over in 90 minutes, so, you can tell people, right, I need to go away for this amount of time.
Okay.
90 minutes later, most of the time, 90 minutes, unless
Yeah.
it was a cup final or something,
Yeah.
and then you get on with your life. So it's not like the kind of sports where starts, stops, don't know how long you go for, and, then, they screw up all the broadcaster strategies and all that. Football, God, 90 minutes.
Okay, let's say an American ran into you on the street.
Yeah.
Then they say, yo, brother, it's a stupid game, man, I mean, I used to study in Australia, and they used to say that soccer is the stupidest game in the world. And I used to say, what about cricket?
Yeah, I agree. I think I've never understood cricket as well.
Yeah.
It's the Australians love it. They love their footy as well. But I think
Okay, American football there, they treat it highly. It's like,
well, if it's so popular, why is it only played in America? So you think of it, right? I mean, America has got a soccer team as well.
Yeah.
But I don't see I don't see American football being exported to anywhere else in the world.
No, but in Australia as well, I studied in Melbourne, and like footy, it's like huge.
Saturday afternoons, man, 2 o'clock onwards.
Yeah,
it's on the TV
no,
all the
at first
time.
I was like, what's the point? It's sort of, to me lah,
Yeah.
it's sort of like a cross between football and rugby. Because
Yeah.
you can punch people like rugby, but then you sort of score goals like football, right?
Yeah.
But after a while, it's like, actually, it's quite nice to watch. So,
The Aussie rules.
yeah.
yeah, we used to disturb them. Why do you call it footy when you're using your hands? Then they couldn't answer
Don't
that.
kick what?
They do.
Yeah, they do,
Yeah.
but they're also using the hands.
Yeah.
Then it's-
Mostly, right? They use
Yeah.
hands mostly, yeah. But I mean, having said all that, I was
and the
back in,
tight shorts. That's the one.
and
I
the
think that's why
sleeveless-
you're watching it.
the tight tops, right? The tight tops as well.
Tell other people they kind of things.
But I was back in Melbourne last year, and they've got a pretty good A-League going on now.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Melbourne, especially Melbourne Victory. A lot of the players are actually in the new soccer rules these days. So I mean, names like Archie Thompson and all that. These guys play for Melbourne Victory. I've seen 3 Melbourne Victory games. I saw a win, I saw a loss, and a draw. Strangely, in the month. And I think the sport is picking up. Most of the times when I was there, I saw a game where they play against Sydney. So there's this big rivalry. So that was quite full. I saw a game where they play against Perth Glory, which weren't that great. That match wasn't that well attended, but I think it's becoming quite popular, man. I think with the soccer rules, a lot of the also people like QL and Viduka and all that playing for the EPL, and they being Australians. I mean, it's the Australians being Australians. They know these players and they do watch out for these players in Liverpool and. Back then when Viduka was playing, Borough, right? He was playing for Borough, yeah.
Yeah, okay, in case you're just tuning in right now online and you're wondering what we are talking about, we're talking about if football or soccer is the most brilliant or the stupidest game in the world.
Yep.
And Dylan actually is a star blogger for Stomp, and tell us actually what sparked off this debate online on Stomp.
I think it's fairly divided. I think if you look at most of the star bloggers and stuff, they're female, and obviously a lot of girls don't get the game.
Okay.
But they should be relieved, man. I mean, the girls should be glad that for 90 minutes every Saturday, they can go out shopping, or they can go out and gossip with their girlfriends or whatever. Whereas the guys would get together and just find a few reasons to drink a few more beers.
What do you think about that? I mean,
Well, I want to watch TV as well on the weekends, so it's not fair that every weekend I don't get to watch the shows I want to watch.
Yeah, but there's nothing on, right? On the weekend?
I can watch DVDs.
I can't remember anything else.
I mean, there are always other sports. Like, I remember, I think there was a time where I always watch tennis. So me and a housemate would fight over the TV when, like, a Grand Slam is on.
Right.
Yeah.
Solution to that is 2 TVs, man. That's what every household has got these days.
For me, right, what I find that is most beautiful about football is there's a lot of things that you can find in life that you can find in football. First of all, the emotions. the frustrations, anger, all these are real life emotions that all of us go through every day.
So back to the earning again, they actually brand the game. They go through a huge marketing campaign now to sort of introduce soccer to Australians. The campaign is called 90 Minutes, 90 Emotions. That's what it is, man. It's all about emotions because you walk in and you're all passionate, and then your team goes behind, and then tries to fight back, and at the last minute, they score and you feel really happy, or they just fail to catch up. It's that, man. You're right.
Okay, maybe we should just let's find out what Singaporeans think about football first, and then we'll come back and talk more about it.
Okay.
The excitement. Quite exciting and thrilling.
It's fun. I like to play.
It's a fun game. It's a good entertainment.
Boring. Just plain dirty.
I don't care. So I don't think it's fun at all. Quite dumb.
Sometimes I think just 22 monkeys are just chasing over a ball.
就是人啊，你说好玩不好玩？一个几个人都能抢，为什么不要一个人买一个？
I think it's kind of crazy for 22 players to chase about a ball.
No.
Why is that the case?
Because if you want to put this way, every sport is crazy. Yeah.
I don't think it's silly because it's a healthy sport for other players to enjoy it.
And what do you think about people who argue or fight over soccer results?
I think that's silly, honestly.
Kind of dumb.
Crazy.
Lame. It's a very stupid thing.
It's a bit ridiculous to fight over this.
They are too involved, so they take it too seriously.
People who fight over soccer results are crazy.
No, it's the spirit, the nature,
Basically, if they fight over soccer results, it's just show that how much they love the soccer teams.
Do you argue over, soccer results with your friends?
Not exactly, because sometimes we just say whether it's a foul or penalty, so we just to reason out. Okay.
Just reasoning out.
I think soccer is a fun game and we ought not to fight too much over it.
生的为什么要打架？奇怪，为什么这样奇怪？
Actually, the uncle just said, if you lose lah, why do you have to fight? Because I think other people are talking about how, sometimes matches end up in fights.
That's the thing. I mean, it may be soccer or any other sport as well, where all the adults, for that moment of time during that game, right, suddenly they just find their childhood instincts kicking in. Because, like, for example, last Sunday I was playing in a tournament in a pocket money fund for the Straits Times team, and we went all the way to the final. And in one of the first group games, I never thought I would do this, but I found my primary school instincts kicking back into me because the guy was being rough with me. So I tried to fall down after him, and then I tried to pull his pants down and grab onto his shirt. Ordinarily, that would look stupid, and I'm no way I would have done that since my primary school days, but I found myself doing it again, and I find that these are the things you just can't control in the heat of the moment.
That's the nature of the game, right? Yeah. Because it's a sport, it's competitive, so
I
it's natural
understand
to
if
do that.
you are playing it and they have all these emotions and there's this drive, but what I don't understand is when you're watching it. Like when I watch it with my housemate, right, and he's quite crazy about it. So we'll just all be like, oh, and they've been back this way. And then suddenly he goes, oh, and then he runs up and down the house and then he starts doing push-ups. I mean, that's one of the things he does. Like if
when the other team scores, that's when he punishes himself.
If scores a goal, he'll push up. Every time there's a goal, it's just part of training.
Okay.
But that aside. But I just don't understand why when you're sitting there, it's got nothing to do with you at all. And you have all these men jumping and screaming and doing crazy things.
You get caught up in the game. I think that's what the passion is all about. A lot of football fans are very, very passionate. I think if you speak to a lot of Singaporeans, they may not be the most patriotic. They don't give a damn about a lot of things about whatever Singapore or the government or anything. But when it comes to the Lions playing a game at a national stadium, man, it's like even for myself, I feel like I'm most patriotic not on National Day, but really when the Lions are playing at a national stadium. I mean, if you look at, I think it was about a year or two ago when Singapore played China at National Stadium, it was packed out, man. I think that,
and even in the ASEAN Cup as well, when they went all the way to the final.
Exactly.
Played against Malaysia in the semi-final.
I was at Shah Alam, man, watching watching them play. But I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it's passion. I think like I think like what Ernest said, you suddenly become a boy again. You lose all your inhibitions, and you can be the CEO of a company. You sit next to a guy from a coffee shop, and the uncle is a retiree or whatever. But when Singapore scores together, you celebrate.
But in Spain, right, where the directors of the football club sit, you can tell they want to react and jump like a silly boy or something, but they have a sense of decorum among themselves.
They do. Like,
there's a code.
What's his name?
Abramovich.
The Arsenal manager.
Arsene Wenger.
I just don't understand why he has a glum face all the time.
No, I mean sometimes
it's
well.
also glum face.
They just go back to their childhood things, and then, the two of them, old men. I mean, well, Arsene Wenger's not that old as compared to Alex Ferguson, but the two of them were like, what the heck? They.
But you see, Arsene Wenger lately, he's been little bit more animated than usual. I think the person who remains really calm is Abramovich. He just sits back and when there's a goal, he just goes like that,
And
he's just so afraid of the paparazzi catching something and making money out of it.
And they're like all school boys, right? Look at Ferguson. I mean, he's close to retirement. He's past retirement age, right, actually. Or he's close to it. And he was charged by the FA for misconduct. All because, he has the tendency to just say that the referee is an idiot, or something like that.
So
and there he goes,
Playing a bit of a devil's advocate here then. What I really just don't understand, I mean, guys have all this passion for football, and I don't really think it's stupid. I just think that it's a bit of a waste of a time, right?
Because we got nothing else to do,
What else would you do? I mean, it's worse if you're drinking beer for no reason, right?
Yeah.
And just arguing.
Well, okay, then is it because you can't get the same emotions, that kind of jubilation elsewhere in life?
Okay, let's take it.
Like maybe if
for
you
example, this Saturday night, right? I could also go out with Dylan and have a couple of drinks at the Kopitiam or something. Yeah. My God, Barack Obama! Wow, that was brilliant. That moment, when he gave that speech. Oh, it was stirring. And so, what else are we going to talk about?
5 minutes later, it'll be over, man.
Hour?
Our coffee will still be this much. There'll be this much
so
coffee.
Maybe that's why the gender lines are very clear, because girls can keep talking about like shopping and stuff, but guys just want to sit and drink beer and.
The same reason you girls need so many pairs of shoes, and I only need one pair of track shoes and one pair of black shoes, and that's it. And I'm sorted. My wardrobe's sorted already.
There's something that you need to watch, I think, about it. First, that's why I say it's the beauty of the game. I don't know whether more of the beauty lies in the fact that you can't use your hands to control the ball, and you're using
unless you're Maradona lah.
Legs, that's true. And when they break the rules, there's a lot of unpredictability. The moves, like I said, the emotions, the silliness. If you look at it,
it's called beautiful game for a reason. And I think if you look at a team like Arsenal, I'm not just being biased by talking about Arsenal, but I think Arsenal makes the game beautiful, even more so because of the way they pass the game, they pass the ball around.
And that also is a philosophy, because then you get different philosophies in life, right? As everyone has a different way of doing things.
I think we are going into a bit
all right. That's why I say it's the most beautiful game.
It's getting very deep now. Maybe we go for halftime, we kick the ball around for a while, and then we'll come back.